Hi everyone, this is Tom from NoCode Shots, where I showcase no-code projects from all over the world. And today I'm having Chris with me, who is building really cool and beautiful projects with Bubble. Chris, would you please introduce yourself and tell us a little more about the project you are going to showcase?
Thank you, Tom, and thank you everyone watching. My name is Christopher, and I'm a web designer and also a no-code developer, specializing in tools like Bubble and Framer. So I got into the no-code space by having a very diverse background. I have a very diverse background in the sense that I studied electrical engineering, but then I transitioned into telecom engineering at Huawei. I was a site engineer working at Huawei, but then I became a bit curious. I decided to go into some trends that I was hearing about because of some advancements of some tools like Figma. So I took some courses to become a web designer, but then eventually I became more curious. So along the line, I heard about the power of some no-code tools like Framer, Webflow, and also Bubble, and Bubble in particular. I heard about its power of helping you build web applications and websites. So the question I asked myself was that would I be able to build my own portfolio websites? So I had to find out. I took quite a number of boot camps, and the one that was very prominent was the AirDev free bootcamp. I did AirDev bootcamp for about 2 months, and I enjoyed the experience. There's a lot of resources there, and they're actually on Discord. So with any question or any challenge you have, you are going to have some response to that. I did that for 2 months before I got the courage and um, the confidence to actually start building solutions. So I have worked for quite a number of clients and they have enjoyed my services. And one prominent thing that they give me accolades about is my design and user experience skills. So this is how far I have been in the no code space and I've enjoyed every experience of it. I am very fortunate to work with some experienced people like Tom, yourself, and I'm so far enjoying the experience. So this is all about me and the reason why I got into the no code space.
Okay, and now you can say that right now I will share my screen and will tell you about the project and just start sharing the screen and let's move on with the project, okay?
Okay. Okay. So now what I would want to do is to talk about a project that I've been working on recently. Before that, I would want to share a simple story. I think earlier this year, while working for one client, after developing a couple of features, I had to do a short product demo. And around that time, my voice was not in a good shape. And I also did not like to show my face. I think there are so many other content creators who would not necessarily want to show their face, but create some content. So I actually searched on the internet to find some solutions to this problem. And it just dawned on me that since there is an API service that can help you generate some voiceovers, I can actually come up with a tool to help users convert their normal text into a voiceover. And that actually gave birth to Delve.bot. So Delve.bot is a tool that can help you convert your documents into a voiceover. And it can also help you to clone your voice. So as you generate some voiceover, you can actually produce that voiceover in your own natural voice. So I would want to share my screen to see and to show you how it actually works. So this is actually how Delve.bot looks like. The URL is delve.bot.
Yeah, and it looks very nice. I mean, the UI is really good. Have you used any of the templates, or is it built on your own?
Yeah, so actually this tool is built with a canvas template
Hmm.
because I did the AirDev bootcamp. I am conversant with using the canvas template. And there are
Hmm.
so many free components like the admin dashboard to help you manage the application. And there are also some other free UI components that you can use. But I had to develop some of the UI myself. But it's actually a good starting point. So after signing up, you are going to be redirected to the studio, which is actually a one-page dashboard. So this is where most of the action is happening. You can just type some text over here, and then you can select a voice. There are so many pre-made AI voices, about 40 of them. And I am certain that there is a category that will suit any content creator. There are categories for narration, for news, animation, video games, and other categories. And you can just preview by just clicking on the preview button.
Change in all things is sweet.
If you spend your whole life waiting for the
Okay,
Cool.
so right from here, you can select any of the voices that you want. You can also tune in to some of these voice parameters to introduce some vocal variety in
Hmm.
the voiceover that you are going to generate. But I would want to go with the default settings. So you just need to click on this button to generate your voiceover. And it takes about 10 seconds for it to be done. So right here, it appears as the first saved speech. So you can either decide to download or preview it.
hello world, this is a test for Delve.bot.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
this is cool.
this is actually how simple you can generate content on Delve.bot. But what I would want every user to do is to head to the voice center, click on my voices, and then clone their own voice. And that is because that allows you to add some personal touch to the content that you are generating. So you can either upload a content that is a 1 minute speech that you have already recorded, and there
So
shouldn't
you
be
only need 1 minute of your own
yeah,
own voice to clone it.
yeah. So you can just upload a pre-recorded sample, or you can make a live recording on the platform. So you just need to enable this toggle. You click on this to start recording, and then there is a sample here that can help you do some optimal voice cloning. So you just need to read this, and then
Basically, you are reading just the text that
yeah,
you're displaying. Okay.
yeah, and there shouldn't be any background noise. So after that, you stop the recording, and then you can probably do some playback recording, and then there is. So if you are
Hmm.
satisfied with it, you proceed to fill in the other details.
Okay. Hmm.
Then after that, you need to enable this to clone your voice. And the voice cloning takes about, I think, 20 to 30 seconds. After
Uh-huh.
that, it appears here. Yes.
And you've already have some voice clones, right? And the
Yeah.
sample, I see.
So you
Hmm.
can preview it to ensure that it speaks exactly how you cloned it. This is the test speech sample playing on Delve.bot, demonstrating the clarity and accuracy of its speech synthesis capabilities. So if you are
Yeah.
not satisfied with it, you'll be able to delete it and then make another recording with no background noise. And
Because this cloning was only from the last 8 seconds that you said, right? It wasn't the
yeah,
perfect one, but it's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, the possibilities of this AI cloning is, I mean, I'm always impressed when I'm taking a look at this.
exactly, exactly. So right after here, you can go to the document section to upload a
Uh-huh.
document. I have a test document. So there's a PDF file. Right after uploading
Mm-hmm.
it, it automatically generates the name and documentation, which you can edit. So after uploading it, it also takes about 5 seconds to reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the speech center, you can import this document.
From here. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can select the voice that you cloned. Any
Mm-hmm.
of the voices that you cloned. You can tune any of these voice parameters, and then
Even
you
your own voice. Okay. So
yeah,
even your own voice can be tuned. And now it's
yeah.
generating the speech. Cool.
So right after generating, it appears here. Then you can either download or preview. Thank you for considering us for your internet needs. We are excited to provide our services to help improve business operations in rural communities. So this is actually how you can easily
Yeah.
create some content.
This is impressive. This is impressive. And this is also impressive because, as I understand, all of this app was built in Bubble, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so maybe we can jump into the editor and take a look how it was built.
yeah, exactly. So right here, I have the editor for Delve.bot.
Just to clarify, because not all of the Bubble users or the users who doesn't know Bubble, they don't know what is the Canva template that you've built on, right? So maybe because you said that you've built on the template, this is one of the free templates that you can start with instead of building from scratch, and you have some of the elements, some of the UI elements, as well as some of the pre-built workflows, right?
Yeah. So it actually goes ahead to show you that there are so many resources out there that can help you build that solution or idea that you have. You just
Mm-hmm.
need to research into them to find the one that suits your solution. Yes. So I would want to demonstrate some API third-party services that I'm using. These two were already added by the Canvas templates. There is also PDF, which I'm using to convert the PDF documents into raw text. And I
Mm-hmm.
also
To
have
extract the text from the PDF document. Mm-hmm.
exactly, exactly. And there's also 11 labs that handles everything that has to do with voice cloning or the voiceover generations.
Mm-hmm.
There is also Stripe, which most of us know. It handles payments and subscriptions. And I'm also using Postmark to send emails.
Mm-hmm.
So
And for
whenever,
example, for Stripe and Postmark, you can also use some built-in plugins, built-in Bubble plugins, right? So instead
yeah,
of creating an API, but if you create your own API connection, it gives you more flexibility, right?
yes, yes. So I think there were some actions or API calls that I needed from
Mm-hmm.
the default one, but I couldn't get. So I had to use my
Sure.
own API call.
And you've got also plenty of plugins for the UI, right? The
Yeah.
icons, the elements, right?
So most of them were already added in the templates, but I had to also include some of them. I have the hero icons and I think iconify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there are so many resources out there available for you to create your solutions. Yeah.
Instead of building from scratch, you can
From
use
scratch.
one of the many plugins, thousands of plugins in the Bubble plugin store, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And actually, most of them are for free. Are you using any of the paid plugins or?
Nope. None of these are paid. are paid plugins. They are all free, absolutely free. So in order for me to convert some PDF file into raw text, I use this reusable element. So there's an element which you can build once but use so many times. Whenever you are done filling in the necessary details and uploading your documents, you would click on this upload button and this workflow starts. So first of all, I am creating a document with this document data type. It uploads the file and also inserts other um, the other data fields. So right from here, I trigger this back-end workflow. So there's a workflow happening in the back end where I call this the PDF API.
This is for the user not to wait for the action to end, to put it into the backend to process, right?
Exactly. So in this, the PDF API only requires the URL of the file, and then it is able to convert it into raw text. So I am saving this raw text onto the document. How do you call it? The document that I created in the earlier workflow. Yeah. And then I call this backend workflow, which is process document content. In this content or in this workflow, what I am specifically doing is breaking the characters into a chunk of 2,400 characters. So whenever you have a document that goes beyond 2,400 characters, this workflow breaks it down.
Why is that?
Yeah, when you have 5,000 characters, you are eventually going to have 3 sub-documents. Every document would have 2,400, and then the last one will have, I think, 2,200 characters. So this specific.
But why? What is the reason for splitting this? Why you are doing this?
Okay, so when you check on my front end, you can see that I have a limit of 2,400, and this is just to ensure that your content would have some stability. With the 11 labs where API, when the content or the text characters go beyond this figure, it starts becoming unstable.
Okay.
So, yes, so there's kind of a threshold. So this exactly how I am converting PDF files into raw text. I would also want to demonstrate how I am using 11 labs. So in order for me to clone my voice, I am also using this reusable elements. So whenever you are done filling in the details, you need to click on this button, and then it triggers the 11 labs API call. So in the API call, the most important thing it is looking for is the URL for the MP3 file. That is your voice recording sample. Then 11 Labs will clone the voice and return to you the voice ID. So the voice ID stays with them, and then this is just like an identifier for you to have access to that clone voice. Yeah, I am just making a sample voiceover just for you to preview the voice that you just cloned. So when you check on the platform, whenever you clone a voice, you will be able to preview
This is
it.
a test speech sample playing on Delve.bot, demonstrating.
And as I see, you are also handling the credits for the user, because the Delve.bot is based on the credits you have on your account, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So there are actually 3 plans for Delve.bot. There is the starter plan, the creator plan, and also the pro plan. Each of them have their own credit allocations. So with every voice cloning every document being uploaded and every voiceover being generated, I need to calculate the credits for it. So this is exactly how voices are also being cloned on Delve.bot. Yeah.
And when we go back to the pop-up with the cloning, because when you were demonstrating this, I saw that there are pretty cool UI elements in terms of, for example, recording voice, right? Are you using some of the plugins to create this recording experience?
Yep. I am using a plugin. So there's the plugin. Let me just show it. There's the plugin,
Audio
the audio
recorder.
recorder plugin. It has really been helpful. It works on, I think, any browser that I've used. It works on Safari, it works on Arc browser, and also Chrome browser. So this is
Yeah. So
it's
this shows
actually
that you can actually combine those pretty cool UI elements, wrap it into the template, and
yeah,
I mean the UI is really good. As
yeah,
always, I mean I am always impressed with your UI skills and how you combine them in Bubble, because often when people are working with Bubble, they think that, I mean, you can only build ugly things with Bubble or some simple apps, and you
yeah.
do it as a service. Can you also tell us more about, I mean, the things that you do for a living? I mean, the building beautiful Bubble apps, right?
Okay. Yeah. So when I started working for a couple of clients, I noticed that people have the notion that no code helps you build software and applications faster, but they forget that it is also important for you to create that first impression for your users.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
super important. And when we jump back into the main page of Delve.bot, can you show it again? I mean the landing page. We can
Okay.
see, I mean, that this is a pretty cool, uh, yeah, the pretty cool, I mean, beautiful landing page, right? The first experience is always important, right? So sometimes it's good not to build the UI, the front end side on yourself, but
Mm-hmm.
rely on the people who know how to do it, like you, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So that was actually the reason why I launched my venture, my design agency. So what
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing over there is I'm just considering the front end of Bubble Apps. So I'm doing stuff like converting Figma files into Bubble applications and also doing UI UX retrofitting. I also
Uh-huh.
do the design system for Bubble Apps. Yeah,
Can you show us the page of the agency?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So these are a couple of the clients that I've worked for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So so you can either take the Figma design and convert, right? Rebuild
yeah,
it with Bubble, or you can take an existing app and make it beautiful.
exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that is exactly what I'm doing for my agency. And I've worked for just a few clients, but they have really appreciated my services.
Yeah, as I said, I'm always impressed because I was working with Chris with a couple of projects so far, and I'm always impressed. I mean, how he can convert an ugly app into a beautiful one, or convert the Figma design into Bubble that looks the same and has the same experience. So
Yeah.
yeah, I strongly recommend working with Chris. But I would like to summarize with the advice that you can give to the aspiring no-code developers. One advice why they should jump into the no-code movement space and start building with no-code, and maybe one advice why they shouldn't.
Okay, so one prominent advice that I have is that, you know, most of us have solutions of like in mind. Almost everyone has an idea for an app that can do something. Maybe an app that can control how I can sleep. I can sleep properly. Excuse me. So yes, I'm
Okay,
saying
just
that.
start again. Yeah, just make a pause and start with start from scratch. Yes, from the beginning. The advice, the first advice.
Okay. I actually just received a call, so
No worries.
okay. So I'm saying that an advice that I can give out to people who are looking forward to get into the no code space is that we, in fact, almost everyone has an idea for an app that they can build. So there are so many resources out there that we can actually leverage. There are so many no code tools out there, and they tackle specific things. We have tools like Webflow Framer that can help you build marketing websites. So that is actually recommended for people who want to take their design skills to the next level. There's also powerful tools like Bubble that can help you build powerful web applications. And they are recently going to be launching the native mobile builder. So there are so many tools out there. You just need to research into the tool that will be suitable for the kind of solution that you would want to build, and then find the necessary resources. There are so many courses and free resources out there that you can leverage to help you build out that solution that you're looking for. And once again, most of us have this notion that with no code, you can build very fast. But then there are some skills that you need to really look into to learning, and that is design, UI, UX, and also sales and marketing. Because with design, you will be able to provide that first impression experience that will make your product very attractive to the user. And also with sales and marketing, well, if you build a very good product and you are not able to get it into the faces of other users, then no one is actually going to use it. So there is something that I'm learning from myself. I have built a tool, but I am not getting the actual number of users that I'm looking for. So it means I need to market and do some more sales. So there's the little advice that I have for those of us who would want to get into the no code space.